Tonight, in this episode of our Ink Spill series, we're talking about a book that asks, what if the things you lost were actually the dreams you forgot? We're discussing the beautiful, strange, and deeply human world of the short story collection, Lost Things. My first guest is the author, a former journalist and educator, who masterfully blends his background in fact with his talent for fantasy. His book explores the struggles of a burnt-out society and a powerful optimism that transformation is always possible. Please welcome the brilliant writer behind the collection, Keith Tan. And joining him is a visionary who helped bring this world to life. She is the editor-in-chief of Atelier Arcadia, an independent publishing collective dedicated to championing unique Singaporean voices. She'll give us a rare peek behind the scenes of publishing. Please welcome also the esteemed Cheryl Teh.
The one thread that I wanted to have amongst all of these characters was that your inner world, or the person that you are that's not seen by many or even most, is very real. It matters. Your feelings do matter. You know, your anger towards something does matter. Your hope for something, your optimism, all this matters. Your cynicism, all of this matters to you.
Before we begin the show, here is an important announcement. For 100 years, Shure has set the standard for professional audio. Designed to outlast and outperform, Shure products help you deliver your message with confidence. Trust in Shure. You can be sure with Shure. Shop the Shure Shop Singapore now. Visit the link on screen and use the promo code AFC Henson to get limited Shure merchandise with your purchases. Now, let's start the show. All right. Now, Kai, we are suddenly rolling.
Yes.
For a fact. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Chris Hansen Conversation. This is going to be the very first episode of our series, Ink Spill, where we spill the ink on good stuff, on the good books and good literary works. Because why? Authors, poets, writers, they need to earn a living. Okay, and I'm doing my bit here, man.
Thank you.
To make sure that you people out there start bloody reading again. I'm also guilty of this thing because I mean, let's be fair here, yeah. Even I find it very hard to find time to pick up a good book.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a fact. I mean, we're so damn busy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but then again, we still need to promote this. And I think the literary arts, and including the subject of literature in schools, are kind of lost. Mm-hmm. It's so funny, you know, a couple of seasons ago, I had Dr. Gwee Lee Swee.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gwee was here, and he said, no, they should abolish literature in school. Oh, man. Okay.
It's a very practical way of looking at it.
He made a good point. Not that he didn't, you know, but again, I'm like, don't do that, man. I mean, people already stopped freaking reading. I mean, stop that shit. I mean, I still think that literature is as important today than it was before in my time. But they don't even talk Shakespeare anymore.
That's pretty sad.
It is. Yeah, my son he's just been done with his O's.
Yeah.
And he's in the arts stream. I mean, they call it humanities now.
Mm-hmm.
Make it sound more professional.
So atas, no, everything is so atas. But and he does literature, right? And no freaking history.
No,
sorry, no freaking Shakespeare. What am I saying? No Shakespeare. And I'm like, what? So you don't know verse, you don't know prose, you don't know. But good for you guys because they're doing local authors.
That's good.
Oh, good.
See, I knew it.
We've got a shot, Cheryl. We could be in. All right.
We
could be in.
Yeah,
Glad I'm here.
Kudos for that, though. But come on, Shakespeare must still come on, right?
It's a classic. You gotta do one, at least one.
At least try your hand at Hamlet.
Yeah.
You know,
hate it all you want. You know, but at least respect where it all came from.
Yeah, exactly.
So one of the greats.
I think so. To this day, I still remember certain verses from Shakespeare, man, on my days in school. Mm-hmm. And some of these things you don't forget. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, anyway, I got a bunch of writers with me. You're a writer too, Cheryl.
I write a bunch of things. I've written some poetry. I've written some silk punk fantasy. So
What fantasy?
silk punk. So it's like a Asian steampunk.
Steampunk is a thing, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is with an Asian twist.
Okay. All right, everybody, let me make the proper introductions here. I've got with me in studio Keith Tan, author. Oh my, I just said otter. That's an animal, sorry. Keith
I'll
Tan,
be both.
author.
Just for today.
Oh my goodness, what happened to my pronunciation? And Cheryl Teh, his publisher and also a writer herself. And we're going to talk about one of Keith's works. It's called Lost Things. And you can see it's flashed on the screen. There you go. There.
The jazz hands.
That was a good move. Right. Let's talk about this then. Journalism versus fantasy, Keith. Your background is journalism and education.
Yes.
Wow. Just when I was talking about O-levels and stuff, what were you teaching, man?
I am currently teaching primary school.
Oh.
So I was a permanent staff, so like MOE school and all that. But then I sort of took a step back. So I'm what we call now a flexi, which is like a trained relief teacher.
Right.
So I go in whenever school has need, and I'm there for a few weeks, all the way up to a whole year.
Right.
So that's basically what I do in the day.
What do you teach?
English.
English.
Yes.
Well, okay.
So PSLE English, upper primary.
Most stressful time in life, man.
Yes, a very interesting,
any one of us,
interesting time.
including our so politically correct. Interesting.
I know.
time.
I am civil service trained.
Yeah.
I have that training.
Okay.
I know how to couch my words.
I just think they should bloody abolish the whole bloody PSLE, man. I mean, come on.
I know.
At 12 years old, what the hell do you know?
I had a very strong feeling the
Sometimes
conversation was going to go this way really fast.
I mean,
Like with Chris answered, you're going this way.
I mean, sometimes we even need to help these kids put on their freaking underwear at 12. Come here.
Yeah.
That's a sad day.
No, that never happened to my son.
Like he's going to see this and like, Dad.
Fantasy here. Huh?
He might see this and like, Dad, don't tell. That was between us. You're not supposed to say.
Anyway, I this is my firm belief anyway. I mean, there's another topic for the other day. Yeah?
Oh, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah. So, but backgrounds in journalism and education. Let's talk about your journalism bit.
Okay, so it was basically my major. I sort of grew up with the belief that words had a lot of power in them.
Okay.
So I had the chance to do a double major. It was English and journalism.
Smart guy.
No, not smart. I went to Australia. I went to Australia. So immediate.
So the political incorrectness is coming in now.
Yes, I mean it's probably one of the reasons why I didn't survive that long as a permanent staff. Like I can do the job of a teacher in the classroom. I'm good at that. But step outside that. Oh, I've got words. And no one likes them. So, I think I'm a pretty decent teacher. I'm not a very decent civil servant.
Okay.
So, maybe that's why I write what I write.
Yeah, we'll come to that.
Yeah, we'll come to that in a bit. But I just basically had this idea that, words have meaning, words have power. The way we frame them, the way we phrase them,
right?
Is important,
right? And
it either can add to discourse or societal, the way we talk to each other about things, or it can take away from it, And so, I guess I wanted to be a journalist, or at least have the training of a journalist to, help me unpack that and help me, speak in a way that adds and to our overall discourse.
Okay.
So that was basically my my training as a journalist. And then I came back and I thought, maybe I'd rather, follow the education side of things rather than join SPH.
This is where he's leaving a little gap.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? So did you join SPH?
Tempted to, but no, I didn't in the end. So my father was from SPH, not the journalism side, the marketing side.
Right.
So yeah, there was that. Should I? In the end, I just went with MOE and. here I am.
It's
okay.
very funny because I took almost a different path. I went to school and then I became a journalist. and I still am.
Where?
I did join the SPH route. I did go down the dark side.
I'm so sorry for you. Okay. Yeah, and
Sorry to my former colleagues, none of whom currently work there, but
For
was
reasons
nice.
we may not discuss today.
why not?
It was nice. We had a good run.
That's a very good way of saying it as well. That's a very good way of saying it.
I don't know. I'm not going to say too much. It's actually more Bertha's territory, not mine. Okay. So journalism in Singapore, I would definitely assume is a little bit different from what you were schooled in Australia, right, Keith? And yourself as well?
Well, I currently work for an American news agency. So it's a little different there because they believe in
sure, man.
The First Amendment and things like that.
Oh, constitutional rights. Yeah.
America!
I plead the fifth. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. America, man. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but then again, these are fields, journalism, education, fields based on facts and reality. So what made you decide to write Lost Things, a collection of fantasy stories?
I think that the way it started out was that it was a collection of stories that was more about nostalgia, about Singapore changing and all that. And that was the first collection that I pitched to her. And then she was like, okay, can we value add this? And then back and forth for months. And she was fantastic in sort of like trying to tease out that value add, like can we see it in a different dimension? And it eventually became a sort of a collection of stories where it's sort of like, what if I can sort of see your emotional state? Like it's a bit more physical, a bit more present. Because, and as someone who's who's a millennial, I'm late 30s, I have a lot of colleagues and friends, peers, who are sort of like, I don't hate what I do, but I'm really unhappy where I am. And it's sort of like, okay, so what are you going to do about it? There is like a whole thing, like there's so many things that are in the way to them, of them trying to be the person that they want to be. So they're sort of like in this half here, half there sort of state.
Right.
And so I thought, okay, what if I could find a way to sort of bring that out into a sort of like a world that they're sort of similar, but not quite. So,
okay. So your objective was to have this. This is probably one of the few issues, loosely stating it.
Yeah.
Issues that you actually try to put across in your book as a form of acknowledgement that these things do exist in our society today.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So a lot of people feeling unfulfilled then.
I think I couldn't freely say that, even as a former civil servant and all, even amongst my colleagues, it's a lot of like
it's opinion. What the hell?
That says it all, but it's basically a lot of people who are like, I'm unhappy.
Yeah.
But what if it's like all this could be done. It can be solved. You can make these decisions. You do have the information that's available. If you do your research and you plan everything out, it's all possible.
Are you one of those?
I think it took a while for me to decide that, I'm going to step back from, that permanent job and the safety of that iron rice bowl, civil service and all that, and to go and try and do my own thing.
That takes a lot of courage, huh?
I think to some extent, I think it does, but I think it also is, at some point you got to realize that the cost is not, like the price of staying is more than the price of leaving.
So when you made that decision, okay, when you wrote this book, and this particular to this story you just told me about, did you already decide to take on this particular role you have as an educator, doing relief teaching? Just to because that whole thing you explained just now. Okay, it's relief teaching lah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. To go that direction so that you could feel a little bit more fulfilled and live life at 100%.
Yes. Yeah. So it's basically like
Did you quit then or before?
I was already writing as a permanent while I was doing permanent stuff and all that.
Right.
So I'll do the day job, come back, be exhausted. bash out words on the keyboard, fall asleep at it, go to sleep, wake up next morning, repeat, rinse and repeat. And for a while, it was okay. But I think, that in your 20s is quite doable. Once you hit your 30s, energy levels start dipping. You got to take care of your health as well. And then at some point, I felt like I have to make a decision about how I want to live.
Yeah, but it's the timeline that I'm more concerned about, because did it occur to you to leave your perm staff position after having written this book?
Oh, before.
Was before?
Yeah. So this was something that I had already left, and I was writing things, and then I met Cheryl, and then I pitched everything, and then then that process kicked in of editing and
so
writing.
How would you think that it would have been a different outcome if you were still a perm staff writing the story, as opposed to having already left a perm staff position, made that choice to leave, and wrote the story? Would the outcome have been different? The whole flavor of the tale.
Yeah, I think that, well, first of all, I may not have even written it to begin with, because I think that perspective may not have even been there. Because I think at some point, sometimes you have to step away from things for a while, for like a couple of years, and sort of look back and see, oh, that was me,
Yeah.
So in some ways, it's like I inserted little bits of myself into, like, even like say the first story, Peniel and Daniel. It's always this sense of like there are two very different versions of me at work, and one wanting to say, this is life, I should be doing this, and then someone else saying, no, shut up. There is a more efficient way. We got to be pragmatic. This is where the dollars are. Shut up. We do this thing.
Oh,
dollars.
Shit, man.
Follow the dollars.
Like me, man.
It's that bad out here.
It sounds like me, man. Like I've got an angel on one shoulder and a devil on the other, and they're all talking to me.
And very convincing.
I hear
very
voices
convincing
in my head. Yeah. How about you, Cheryl? What do you think? Are you in that kind of position, or are you so happy working for this yank firm? Like, yay! I love the American Constitution.
Hi to my colleagues on the other continent. I will say that I am in a very privileged position to actually love my job. Unironically, I enjoy it. I love the 9-to-5 grind and even the overtime. But what I think that it hasn't given me time to do is like develop my creative self as much as I wanted to. I think that a lot of what comes with like running this indie micro press thing on the side is this overwhelming amount of admin. No one warns you about that, because when you talk to other writers, they're like, yeah, go and do lah, And then I'm like, oh, so easy, okay, just typesetting, right? No leh.
Shit, I got screwed here.
There's apparently a lot of other things you need to do,
Yeah,
like
course,
issuing invoices, doing math, not great, So a lot of my time goes into that, and also editing and fielding pitches from like new writers who come to me with ideas. And then when all is said and done, this is like post dinner, like trying to wind down. And then I'm like, oh, well, shit, still got a draft to write.
Yeah, I mean, admin and accounting is something that right-brainers just hate to do, man. Yeah.
I mean, it's just to bring this back to the idea of like fantasy and things like that.
Yeah.
I think that for a lot of people, especially in Singapore, who are writing, we all still have day jobs. Like the whole idea of like quitting your job and doing something scaled down hasn't quite occurred to people, especially in the 30s age range. I'm also in my 30s. And I think that it's because we are afraid of being broke.
You don't have to be in your 30s to be afraid of being broke, man. I mean, I'm 55 and I'm still afraid of being broke,
I'm glad to know that problem doesn't go away.
It does not go away. It really doesn't. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of enjoying this conversation simply because it's very human. It's really very real. And this young man, I can call him young man.
I don't know if I'm that young.
Oh, you really?
38 is 38.
Young lah,
yeah,
bro.
Okay. I'll take it. I'm young. I'll take it.
Anything to go back to 40. Okay, right. And he took the plunge, right? I mean, it's not easy to do stuff like that. And congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think it's fantastic. I mean, I can't even do stuff like that. I can't. I wish, but I can't. And yeah, I hear you, man. I think this is an issue anywhere in the world, not just here in Singapore. But writing a fantasy thing, sorry, I'm not a writer. My only claim to fame is my contribution to Felix Cheong's book, Letter to My Son. That's my only claim to fame. Other than that, I am not a writer. I am not my sister. But don't put her behind a microphone either. I mean, I'm certainly better than her behind a microphone. I hope she doesn't watch this episode. Yes, okay. And when we talk about fantasy and how you've written your book, and I think if you read this or seen it, actually, it's a video of our Prime Minister who actually said, yeah, we're a boring lot. We're boring people. I mean, I'm not saying verbatim, not quoting verbatim. Yeah? We are maybe a boring lot, but we are practical. And my take is, can you please don't encourage that? I mean, we are already boring. I don't think we should get even more boring, right? But he says we are practical, but results driven. We live in this rat race, and it's so driven, results driven in society. Do you think that our people, by and large, generally, would have time or even the capacity to imagine and fantasize?
I think that they do have the capacity, I believe. But I think it's also highly discouraged. We have sort of streamlined, your age from age 5 to 25 at least, your entire life process, how from education all the way to getting a job, BTO and all that. So in a sense, because if you follow that set route, you will be moderately successful by Singapore standards, generally speaking. But whether or not you enjoyed your days as a part of that process, that's a whole other story. So I think that there is that pressure to follow this very prescribed route of things.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I really wish that young people had more space to go and imagine and play and be creative, because even though it doesn't sort of directly address what have you solved today? What have you learned today? Have you, plus 2% to your competency, that kind of thing. It still does add to that human experience. And if we are to, imagine a country with the next great innovation, it is going to need to come from someone who's with a creative mind and a creative brain that may not necessarily have done well, in a straight up academic setting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that we do need that, and I feel like at some point we are going to pay the price.
I agree. I agree completely. I think we're short of innovators now. We take a look at Singapore. Specific to our nation. Yeah. Years ago, the thumb drive, the world's first thumb drive came out in this country.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm not mistaken, I can stand corrected. It's, thumb drives like Trek 2000. I can't remember the names, but it started from here.
Yeah, yeah.
And then creative technologies, the late Simon Hu, right? What else do we have? Okay, Razor,
yeah.
Secret Lab, yeah. But if we're looking at how it was in the past compared to how things have been so far, I think we are lacking in having innovators, in my opinion. And also, when I look back in my day when we all didn't play computer games, we did. Without us, you guys would not have had the luxury of having computer games, man. It started a Game and Watch, before the Nintendo started.
Yeah, black and white. Yeah.
No, not. Oh, yeah, black and white.
Tetris or black and white. Game Boy.
Liquid Crystal.
Yes,
It was even before Game Boy. In the 70s, there's this thing called Game and Watch, with the games like Parachute, Octopus, Manhole, and it was to us it was like, wow, this is magic already, But we were dreamers. Most of my friends, all of us, when we were younger, we were ex-Geners, we were all dreamers, man. We dreamt a lot. Yeah.
I would say that actually that hasn't quite stopped. It's
Really?
just sort of changed form.
You think so?
Yeah.
Change form.
I mean, I just came from Singapore Writers Festival yesterday.
Yeah.
And I had so many engaging conversations with like other people our age. And I think that there's a lot of capacity for like imagination and people who have great ideas and who kind of want to explore it. But also there's this specter of AI where they're like, oh, this thing can write better than me. And I'm like, actually it can't. But not yet. But also this other thing, which is like, as Keith said, you're getting so caught up in your 9 to 5 that you're like, I don't want a 5 to 9 after my 9 to 5. I don't want to do this. I want to go out and not sit at a desk and pump out these ideas. So my response to that has always been like, you need to let your dreams go somewhere.
Yeah.
In that they need to take form and take shape.
Right.
And the problem here is not a lack of dreams. The problem is a lack of time to realize them, is what I think.
How about a lack of opportunity? What do you think? Are there still opportunities? Not just for writers, I mean across the board now, for those people in the creative field. Musicians, artists, painters even.
That's a tough question, but also an interesting one posed to someone who had to start their own indie press.
So what? Sorry,
I mean, like
indie press. Indie press. Okay.
So the short answer to that is not as much as I would like. I think of myself as a very greedy artist. I want more support. I want the community itself to be more welcoming to new ideas. I want people to be more interested in genre fiction. I want this to grow more rather than have gatekeepers in place that exclude new writers. So that was part of my idea. But at the same time, I'm also like, I understand. The world works a certain way and continues to turn,
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm interested to hear what you have to say.
Well, I think that overall, I think that there are still plenty of opportunities. But I think that it also requires a little bit of shamelessness. I mean, like let's say if we take like traditional publishing, right? You write a book, you manuscript, you email it off to agents, and then they'll get back to you, and then maybe they'll pick you up, maybe they won't, and then if an agent does accept your work, then they'll represent your work to publishers, so on and so forth. But that's not quite the case nowadays, especially because there's just so much more work being put out, manuscript work, and now there's AI to help you along with that whole process.
Yeah.
So agents have to sift through more volumes. Publishers are, people are trying to increase profit margins in certain ways. How can we get a little bit more out of this and that. And so I think you have to be a little bit sort of think a little outside of the box, and that's why I think that Atelier Arcadia was so helpful for me to get a collection of stories that probably would not have survived or gone through the mainstream publication route.
Right.
This would probably not have made it.
Right.
Because I don't. If you look at it in terms of like the pure financial numbers, like will this be the next $1 million bestseller? No, it will not. But is it something worthy? Sorry.
No, don't worry about it.
Something worthy of a little bit of attention, a little bit of polishing, and then we can put it up as a work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that you have to be a little bit creative and go around things a little bit. And at the end of the day, there is the information out there. So sometimes you do have to sort of like step up a little bit.
Yeah. The future of literature, the literary arts in Singapore. We talk about that a little later. We'll continue on that topic later on. Let's talk about your book. Your characters are strange. Wonderfully strange.
Thank you.
Okay? From a man playing chess with a chicken to other unusual characters. Rather than asking where these ideas come from, tell us, what essential human truth about loneliness, hope, or loss does the strangest character in this collection represent for you?
Whoa, that is deep. I think that the one thread that I wanted to have amongst all of these characters was that your inner world, or the person that you are that's not seen by many or even most, is very real. It matters. your feelings do matter. You know, your anger towards something does matter. Your hope for something, your optimism, all this matters. Your cynicism, all of this matters to you, both to you and to the world. And if you shut it down and just pretend that it's not there, then that inevitably can rebound on you in other ways that you didn't predict or you didn't foresee. So for example, there was the character of who's playing chicken and chess. He's actually dealing with quite a lot of grief and loss from a mistake that he made and that he refused to acknowledge way back. That resulted in severed ties and family loss and all that. And that story was really a whole journey of him working and confronting that grief that that he was feeling. But because it was very difficult to just say like, oh, he's sad. He saw a picture of, that family member and then he felt the good times, the end, that kind of thing. I really wanted to create that fantasy space where he can sort of have almost like a journey to sort of confront and realize that all this is hanging, on him and he needs to face it or, things will just keep getting worse.
So basically you're writing about flight syndrome. Running away from something, ignoring it, burying it, instead of confronting it head on.
I think some of these characters definitely were facing that issue of do I fight or do I flight?
Yeah, correct. It's flight syndrome.
Yeah. So I think that, so I guess I wanted an ensemble of characters who are in some ways realizing there's stuff that they need to deal with and then going to deal with it versus some of those who have decided to let me delay this and sit on it for sometimes what becomes 10, 20 years.
Yeah. But then again, there's also a lot of truth, including here in Singapore, right? I mean, a lot of people actually repress themselves. They don't talk about things. Yeah. And then they take it out on others or in certain form as it manifests in some way. And it's very funny that you mentioned this because something real just happened 2 days ago. And it was raining that 2 days back in the evening. Ooh, there's a siren going. Okay, right. And my wife, it was raining, and my wife went to buy some groceries. And it was a happy thing because what she went to buy was meant to be this smorgasbord feast that she was going to really cook up for our son to celebrate the end of his O-levels and end of his secondary school life. It was a nice thing. She was very happy, but she got good buys, tomahawks and all.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah. And she had to walk into this little alleyway and try to run away from the rain to get to a car. So this old dude on a PMA deliberately sped up behind her and ran her over.
Oh my God.
Is she okay?
Well, she's at home. She's in her back is hurting her.
Oh, damn.
She fell on her back in the rain. And she said, why did you run into me? He just skirted around her and scolded her for being too slow and left her lying there on her back.
Wow.
I mean, of course, right now I'm still angry, but I'm not as furious as I was because I really wish I could really run back there and find this man and give it to him, then end up in jail. But
well,
but right
it's
now,
on record now.
Yeah. But I didn't do it, so I can say it. The wishful thinking, man. Instead of me repressing it, I'm saying it. I mean, I guess any good man, any good husband would feel the same, right? If not, then you might as well not be married. But right now, days later, when I look at it, I think, what's wrong with this guy? This, and he's not the only one, I mean, there's been so many, you can see it every day on the roads.
Yeah.
And I think there's so much repression going on out there. When you, same simple thing, filter, put on your signal indicator to filter left or right. And instead of people giving you way, they speed up. Some people just come out, cut your lane. Then after that, they slow down. Why do people behave this way? And I think, wow, don't we have a lot of stressed out people here?
Yeah, I think that it's also like a lot of people not only not engaging with their emotions, but not engaging their emotions with their emotions in a healthy way.
Yeah.
And honestly, not to like tout the creative industries too much, but I also don't think that they're engaging like with their softer sides, right? Like if they read and they feel what other people are feeling and realize that this like loneliness epidemic that we have, or this whole idea that the world is on fire and I am the only one in the burning room.
Yeah.
No, actually, everyone unfortunately is in the burning room.
That's a good way of putting it. Good analogy, yeah.
Yeah. We're all on fire together, but then when we burn together, we feel warmer, perhaps.
I don't know. All I can see in my head is a lot of barbecued people in one room.
But I think it's the.
People are being barbecued in the same room.
I think it's the whole idea of like suffering feeling very individual and not collective.
Like you're not the only one. Not the only one having problems, right?
Yeah. And it's all not about whinging and whining and like catastrophizing.
But no, it becomes. I don't know whether it's going to be good material for you, but for your next book. But I think it's gone the other direction. People are so repressed; they end up being entitled. And is looking out for numero uno. You know what I mean? You're looking out for number one. So, and that's how I see it. I see that happening all the time in little nuances. For example, I open the door for a family coming through, so I open the door for them. They walk past you without even looking at you, as if they're like monarchs doing this, walking past you, and they don't even say thank you. They don't even look at you and smile. To me, I mean, it's not just about being disrespectful or being rude, or it's being entitled, but it reaches, or are you being bullied at work by your bosses so badly that you feel that you want to be the boss and react this way to others, like you've been treated at work? That's the feeling I get anyway. And yeah, I mean, I like what you've done with your book because it's kind of real. Though it's fantasy, but of course you got to read between the lines. When I always say, I got to say this, I'm so tempted. Read between the lines. Yeah. So you got to read between the lines. Like, hey, screw you, man. That you. Yeah, I mean, that's what I feel, like, okay. Then I got to sit down and think, am I in that spot? So when you write, do you focus on the real world message first? Or focus on the fantasy element first? Which comes first? Chicken or the egg?
Oh, wow. I'm sort of a chicken and egg person. So it's sort of like, okay, I guess I would start with like, what is something or some aspect or some dimension that I want to unpack? And then I sort of start creating that fantasy space around it. So why this manuscript took relatively long to create, because a lot of the stuff that I sort of went in with, like, right, I'm going to start typing, and I type, and I'm like, wait, I think I need to create some new rule or some new element or new fantastical space so that this thing can be brought out better. So the whole chicken and chess thing, there's that thing, that's like third story, I think. That entire world that one of the character traverses to go and find that his wife, that entire thing I did not prepare that at all before I started the story.
Right.
It was sort of like, as I typed, I went like, I need more space. So I create more space. So, and then like, I need even more space. So then I go create more space, and on it goes until you have what you see in front of you.
Okay.
So it's really sort of like, I didn't really create the fantasy world simply because I wanted that world. It's more of, this fantasy world is the space I need so that I can unpack something that, is not very apparent, or, if we were just to be like, straight-laced real. Yeah. So yeah, that was basically my creative process for this.
Now, your publisher, seated next to you, describes you as an optimist who believes in transformation. Was writing this book part of your own transformation?
I think it was. I think that it, in a sense, it challenged me a lot, and why I've always why I appreciate Cheryl and Lynette, the other editor, so much is because they were constantly challenging me and saying, "We think you can do more. We think you can make this a little stranger, a little bit more, fantastical in some aspects, but also more real and more grounded in other aspects as well." So they were really there to push me as a writer. So yeah, I think that was a fantastic part of the overall process
Okay.
of writing this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, right. See, now I'm going to the easy questions. What was the hardest part of writing this collection?
I think the hardest part was actually believing that anyone would bother with reading any of this.
Really?
Yeah, I
Now, how's it been, really, honestly? I mean, should I be asking this? Since publication, since being released, has the book been picked up?
I would say it's not been doing that badly. We were stocking at Kinokuniya because our print run sold out.
Oh, good.
So, by the time this comes out, there will probably be more copies available, which is a great thing.
So easy?
Yeah. So yeah.
so yeah, that was a fear, and at some point, you have to decide that, push it aside.
Yeah.
Well,
I have to get it done. I have to get it done.
I'm happy for you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, I think that's gratifying. If I were an author, which I will never be, I can't do stuff like that, man. I think.
But you're a great host.
Yeah.
You're a great host, and people listen.
Oh,
So,
okay. You're listening. Yeah, right.
Still there.
I mean, if I were you, I feel so gratified knowing that people it's just flying off the shelves. Now I understand how my sister feels when her books fly off the shelves. It's like people are reading it. And it's so gratifying, isn't it? I mean, I think it's marvelous. And it also shows that at least some people are still bloody reading, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Look at the affirmation there.
I will
That
say.
validates it.
Yeah.
Yes, makes it all worthwhile.
I will say that there's a huge push in Singapore to read like healing fiction, like Korean literature, Japanese literature. So a lot of that stuff.
Wait.
Yeah.
Educate me here. Healing fiction?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a
What
genre.
Yes.
What
Yeah.
the fuck's healing fiction?
Time for an education.
Okay, so it's a full subgenre of stuff about.
Okay.
Imagine the protagonist stressed from the travails of city life, journeying to the seaside where they find a cafe where there is a cat. So, not to rag on the genre, I write things in that genre occasionally to heal myself, and I don't know because I can. But also, there's a whole genre that people are very interested in that.
Really?
Yes.
Why? What do you think?
I think
Interesting
that-
topic, man. What do you think?
I think it's because there's a part of us that needs that and aspires towards the Japanese seaside cafe.
Yeah, because we're all bloody tired, I tell you. I mean, think about it. Yeah, the seaside cafe and all that's kind of cool. I think about when you drop. I mean, you're pretty good at this, man. You really drew a picture in my head, and I'm like, wow, this guy feels kind of nice.
You'd go there, wouldn't you?
Oh, fuck yeah. Not just that. I mean, I own it too, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
woman loses her mind, moves to the seaside, opens a bookstore. Man loses his wife, moves to the seaside, visits a restaurant.
What,
I mean, like lots
Keep
of
going, keep
other
going.
stuff.
I'm getting mental orgasm here. Come on, go on.
It's also these people who want to go to Japan, lah.
Actually, you're not too far wrong, man. I hardly go to Japan. I mean, I've been there. I mean, last trip was just a couple of years back. And we went to Sapporo. And somewhere around nearby the big chocolate factories and they got chocolate stuff and all that, right? And there's this underground thing, or you walk underground to get to the train station, blah blah blah. And then we saw this cafe underground, no big shakes, right? But the old man standing behind the counter, and the coffee is not your coffee machine, artisanal coffee shit. Yeah, I mean, I like it too, but then again, I still prefer my Nanyang coffee, my kopi, But and the smell of the coffee just permeating along that underground walkway, the thoroughfare, and then I saw this old Japanese man slowly walking, preparing coffee over stoves.
Now, healing fiction is, imagine if there was a magical cat there too.
That doesn't work to me.
You slightly ruined his narrative.
Yeah. He did. Yeah, I mean.
Okay, we'll take away the cat.
No, I see the cat in my head, but it didn't happen. There was no cat, Chris. There was no cat. Yes. And what's that cat thing? What's that famous cat thing when you have deja vu and you see that cat? There's a name for that cat. Okay, never mind. You started it. Okay, so there was this, that smell of coffee, roasting of the coffee. And then he had old speakers, those old wooden cabinet speakers, big ones.
Yep.
and he had record players, and he was playing not Japanese music. He was playing the whole shit. You know, your cafe lounge jazz.
Yes.
And so I look at my family and I went, guys, can we just have coffee here for a bit?
Yeah.
And I just sat there and I was in La La Land, man. I was like, wow. That's why I'm saying, you know, I mean, I want that.
Yeah.
Well, that's healing. What do you call it? Healing what?
Healing fiction.
Healing fiction.
It's a genre unto itself. Yeah.
Okay, I'm a plebiscite, so sorry. Yeah. I mean, I'm really not this person like you would think. Not all Hansons are butter. Yes. Yeah, I mean, that's so cool. That is so cool. I would love to have something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, there are books that are selling in Singapore. And
I think because everybody wants something like that.
Yeah.
If you take a look at the number of cafes we got in Singapore, why do you think? Everybody wants to have a fucking cafe.
That's
a
lot of them.
Yes, you reach a stage where I was told, and I will not mention names, a couple of years back, that there was a kind of a unquiet moratorium to not issue any more licenses out for cafes.
Too many failing ones.
Too many failing ones, exactly. Everybody wants a cafe.
Yeah.
But why? I think this idea of having a cafe, right? Then you have that coffee jazz, lounge jazz music, and then you smell of coffee and roasts, yeah? And I had a friend of mine who actually lives upstairs. And she's a coffee expert, yeah. And she wouldn't want to do anything else except coffee stuff. And she absolutely loves it, you know. There's this thing about people wanting to go and do this because I think we're all tired.
Yeah.
And then not realizing that F&B makes you even more tired. But but I think we're all tired, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But sorry, aside from lost things, but
No.
it was an interesting topic though you brought up, you know, because you really drew this image in my head. Yeah, I mean,
but I think you are absolutely correct in that, you know, people are trying to find that escape, and I think that sometimes, unfortunately, the corporate world, you know, has a way of, you know, keeping you down and saying, like, look, shut up, just do what it takes. The company needs this, make your profits, you know, and get to work.
Yeah, I mean, don't you realize these days, even in a corporate setting, when you do open your mouth to say something and they all look at you like, you're talking. And then I go,
yeah. Can I just interject? I had a really funny story about that. So I am trained in Australia.
Right.
My teacher training was in Australia. And if you've ever met Australians, they are very vocal and upfront. So, and I came back and I joined Ministry of Education. And I remember first meeting I ever had. So this is my first real job. First meeting I ever had. 1 week in, it was a department meeting, and the department was listing out all its objectives for the year, long list of stuff. And I just went, that's too much. There's no way we can get any of this done.
I bet that went down well.
oh boy.
Oh, I had 3 meetings after that about professionalism and, you know, how we should speak in turn only when called upon. Et cetera.
That explains why at a particular forum or convention or conference or whatever you might want to call it, this particular person actually said to a bunch of teachers, when you speak to me, you stand up.
Oh yes, that one. Fortunately, I was not there.
And you know, I just think I come on, you know, how can we not be repressed? How can we not be unhappy? And I am bipartisan. I'm not going to bring politics into this any further than what I've just said. But I just feel that it's a fact. Anyway, even in corporate Singapore, you know, I hear this all the time. I see this all the time. Don't speak out of turn, right? And then what? We're just robots. We're a bunch of sheep, you know, and I can't stand it. Yeah, and that's why I feel that, I mean, now that you mentioned healing fiction is very marketable, you know, and sure, I can see why. And if that is really marketable, it only goes to show that a lot of people need bloody healing, right? Yeah.
But on the
tired.
other end of it, I think that the reason why people buy things like Keith's book or even mine, it's because they want to think about another world that is not theirs at all.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So, like
Yeah. Like,
there's Charlie the chicken in this book.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna find a talking chicken? You know?
Yeah. Well, like my fantasy, next maybe I should write a book in a short story and give it to you. and because my fantasy would be, I find myself on a lonely island where I'm the only inhabitant. And it's a lovely luxury house there.
That last
And
bit.
the rest of the fucking world is far away from me.
But who's going to clean the luxury house? This is all the logistics.
Hello, robots.
Okay.
AI can be good for something.
Yeah, man. Damn it. And just sometimes the idea of just being alone on a deserted island, right? And live out your years, right? Is so enticing. But why would someone like me think that way, feel that way, want to have it that way? There must be there must be a reason, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and I really think that, I don't understand the world anymore, by the way.
That's
I'm
great.
getting old, man.
Moving really fast right now.
Yeah, man. I hope the aliens come and just show themselves to us finally and say that, can we evolve to another, higher level or something?
Well, if Elon Musk makes his way to Mars, he might find out.
Hey, wait for the end of November, man. 3i Atlas is making its way here, man.
Oh, good.
Look out for it. 27th of November or 28th of November. We might have a rude shock. Okay, I digress. After someone finishes the last page of Lost Things, what's the one thing you hope they walk away thinking or feeling?
I think if there's anything I want a reader to come away with is the idea that I could do something about this. Like, I don't care if you didn't really like the characters or nothing memorable stood out, or heck, forget the book even. If at some point this was a part in that long journey to deciding that I don't like where I am and I want to do something about it, I intend to do something about it, then I think the book has done its job. So I'm not terribly interested in like the book per se, but more of like, how does it add to your life as a reader in that journey of
does it add any value, you mean?
Yeah.
And whether or not the reader is spurred into taking some form of action.
Yes.
Wow.
Into, moving themselves forward.
I tell you, if everybody who buys your book decides to quit their jobs, I tell you, you're going to be...
Okay, I'm sorry.
All the figures will be pointed at Keith Dunn.
I'm sorry.
Your fault, man.
Don't worry.
You were the one that got me going.
We are currently in, as we film this, we are currently in a period of what we call job hugging. People are not quitting because the economy is so bad. So don't worry, you're safe.
For now. Until the economy picks up and you're like, screw this.
Oh, I quit my job because Keith Dunn told me to.
Whoa. That escalated.
If this becomes a manifesto, the disclaimer is that I had nothing to do with it.
This was not the intention. I am sorry.
Singapore is now facing unemployment because of this book called Lost Things.
Then I'll run to Japan and I'll start my own cafe somewhere with a magical cat, and you never hear of me again.
No, I will be the cat.
Okay, wait. Disclaimer. Okay, I just want to tell everybody here. Okay, this is just humor. Okay, please don't fucking take us too seriously. Don't take me too seriously by what I've just said. Okay, don't be stupid. Okay, don't be dingbats. Right. So, to the both of you, what is the origin story of Keith coming to an independent publisher? Like, let me pronounce this right now. Atelier Arcadia.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
You can just call it Arcadia at this point,
No, like, so cool. This is roll on your tongue when you say that. Atelier Arcadia.
Yes, you got it right.
So why did you go to an indie publisher like Atelier Arcadia?
I think it was really just like I think I saw an ad. Gosh, this was 2 years ago.
I actually do have the story straight.
Okay.
2 years ago.
I can start this one.
It's open to both of you.
Yeah.
Come on.
It was when we were having some events for an anthology that I had just put out with about 15 Asian creatives called Good Girls, Bad Ends. It was like
Good
feminist.
girls, bad ends.
Yeah, feminist retellings of some Asian myths where things have gone very badly for some women, you know, in the story.
Okay.
So that book is also out. It's art and prose as well, so it's a mix. And Keith came to that event, and I was just telling Lynette, who's the other person who works with Arcadia, and I said, well, this guy came and talked to me about a story about penguins, and this is insane, and we have to talk to this guy. Can you come over here and let's have this conversation? And that is my side of the story.
That sounds pretty accurate. That sounds pretty accurate.
Okay.
So I was basically saw an ad on Instagram for that there's a book launch and people, you know, it's time to meet authors and all that. So I was like, cool. I don't know what this will lead to. Let's just go. You know, and because at that point in time, I was sort of like, I want to write, but I'm a little bit lost. You know, like I don't know what my next writing project is. So it was sort of like okay, I don't know, just show up. You know, that's half of life is showing up, right?
Yeah.
You know, so then that's when I listened to everything. I was like, cool. What if I pitched this idea? And that's basically it. So it was really just like I didn't really go in with an agenda per se.
Right.
It was just let's just show up and see what happens.
Okay.
And to be honest, we just ended up talking shop about like this particular short story that he had written, and I think it was a kind of a draft, and he said that he would send it over, and that was the genesis of the entire project, and that it started with a seed, and I was very interested in that idea, and then it just progressed from there.
But who is Atelier Arcadia?
Well, the TLDR of it is that I started it during the COVID period. When we were okay, there's actually a further origin story to this. I started a Discord server during the COVID period because everyone was losing their minds at home, right? All these writers all cooped up, and then it's as if our mental health was really great before that. So when COVID started, I was like, well, all these people from like Asian writers across like Southeast Asia and beyond, even East Asia, I kind of wanted to make a space for that. So myself and an artist friend, we like ran this Discord server for a little bit, and then Lynette, the other writer, came on board, and we were like, okay, I had registered the label already, and I was like thinking of putting out some work, and then we formalized this team that was able to put together books. I'm not gonna lie, it's not very big. There's a rotating cast of like 3 people. So we edit each other and we edit other people as well. And it helps that our day jobs are linked to editing. So it helps that we're professionally qualified to do this. So we also work with artists who do the lovely covers. This is a lot of our recent covers have been done by Hendry, an Indonesian artist, who was studying graphic design in school and then came on board to help me with this.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, this is one of those like roller coaster ride things that developed over the last 4 years or so, and we've put out about a dozen titles since then, which sounds like not a lot, but for a 3-person team,
I think it's pretty brilliant. Yeah.
So
I think it's pretty brilliant, Cheryl. I mean, when I listen to this story, I remember. Okay, it started out when it was COVID, and then nothing better to do, right? Instead of us freaking going insane, do this shit, right?
Yeah.
And then it evolved slowly from there. It's much like, you know, the good old days when you have Singapore didn't happen that way, but if you hear stories about, the band started out in the garage, then after that, look at what a better band is today, you know? I mean, it's kind of cool. It's so fun. And it's so clear that people like you know, starting out this way, you guys enjoy this so much. It's so fun for you, right?
Yeah.
What we did when COVID hit as artists, and the Star Association came together and said, let's do the very first online concert kind of thing, you know? And all of us recorded at home from magicians, and I sang. And recorded off in my living room, and in my last home, and all of us had our part to play, including Mo Alka. and he did his in his Colorado home, and it was a funny comedy skit, and all of us contributed to that effort, and it was meaningful somehow. Then musos got together, and then they had a Zoom thing, and everyone somehow being separated by distance over that digital in using a digital platform and playing different instruments and coming together, and you have a lovely piece. And it was amazingly done because people could take the time to take their raw recording and then mix it down, and then you have this wonderful mastered piece, right? And people doing it all the time, and I think it was a great time. As a matter of fact, despite the fact that a great time creatively.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, revenue-wise, we were all screwed, but we were really screwed, right? And then by the time they opened up, it was, for you guys it could be different, but for the music business, it was worse because the bars and clubs didn't really open.
Yeah.
As fast as we hoped for it to be. So it's I think that was for creativity, it was the best time.
I will agree with you because there are a few writers under our stable currently under Arcadia, and a lot of them finished their first drafts during COVID or like just when COVID was ending.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they were at home all the time and we couldn't go anywhere.
Nothing better to do.
There's no distraction other than this, right?
Yeah.
So rather than, as you said, drive yourself nuts, why not write? And I think we had the greatest amount of time and productivity moving forward during that period to really push Arcadia beyond just two randos trying to do something. And obviously we don't have firepower the way that publishing houses do. We are very much a collective that relies on our own labor and editing each other, which some people might be like, oh, you edit each other. Why don't you like get external people? And I'm like, oh, I've got money. Yeah. I can do that, I think. Anyway, so I am very proud of where we came from.
You should be.
Yeah,
you should be.
Yep.
You should be.
3 anthologies and quite a few collections.
Yeah, man. I mean, what the heck, right? I mean, better than sitting at home and sucking thumb.
I could do that, but I don't want to.
Can you give us a peek behind the curtain? Please school me here because I'm quite stupid, when it comes to these things. Again, what happens to a book between the time an author submits it and ends up on the shelf?
Oh, dissection.
Possibly death.
Live, painful dissection.
Then a resurrection, maybe?
Yeah.
if we're fortunate.
It depends on the author. We've worked with quite a few forms. So we've worked with poets, we've worked with people like Keith that have short stories. And then we've also worked with people who wrote novellas, which are scaled down versions of like the full length, like R.F. Kuang kind of novel.
Okay. So
these are the 3 formats that we work with that we have the ability to do because I don't have the time or energy to do something long. I have to state this here, otherwise my collaborator will be like, why are you telling people that we do novels? What a die, is it? So yes, I said it. But what happens between the manuscript and production is really that we evaluate it and we tell the author, I see potential, or, well, this is not something that we have the capacity to handle. There are some genres that we are more comfortable with because we are more experienced in doing work in that area. Confessional poetry is one of them.
What poetry?
Confessional poetry.
This is like healing fiction.
No, very different. This is like one of my...
This is a priest writing his memoirs about what happens in a confessional.
Well, to be honest, it's not that far from the truth for some of them, One of my poet friends describes it as trauma dumping but elegant.
Okay.
I'm a little bit more well-versed in that department, so I tend to take more point on that. And Lynette is better with, I think, almost like with crafting narratives and really moving stories forward. And yeah, we sort of go back and forth. It depends on how good the draft is as well. Some people come to us with like really good drafts, and there's not that much for us to do. And then sometimes it's like, we think that there could be more, and it doesn't really speak to like incompetence. There's never been a terrible thing that we've seen, just things that we want to take on or we are not feeling. And I think that for us, we are very objective with how much time we have having day jobs as well, but also whether we can do justice to the work.
Right.
And for Keith's book, I think that when we read the drafts as they came in and had discussions with him, it was very clear to the both of us that it was a message that we enjoyed. Ooh, it sounded
What was that? Kai, you okay, Kai? Kai just had to release a cough. Sorry about that, people.
Yeah.
It's cool. We're not censoring that out either.
All good.
All good. Keep it in.
Yeah. It was very clear to us that we had like something here. And that's basically the midpoint where you see like drafts come in, you're starting to edit, you're starting to give feedback. And yeah, again, it depends on how many rounds of feedback you do. And then you go to typesetting, creating the covers. And then this is close to the end game where you're like outsourcing some proofreading to like proofreaders to go through it with a fine tooth comb, make sure there are no embarrassing errors in them.
Yeah. Typos.
Yeah. And that can be a very long process depending on how big the project is.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after that, you're near the end of the road. It's time to sell it.
Well, you send it for print.
Yeah, we print it locally, which can be quite expensive.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that we do mini print runs, so we don't want to overextend ourselves, knowing that we're an indie.
So basically, you print about maybe this is the standard amount of copies we print. See it, and then put it out on the shelf. See, how it feels like going out.
Yes.
And then whether or not we should print more.
Yes. So I like to. I've been told that I'm not a very good businesswoman.
Okay.
But in that I'm not very ambitious with how many print copies we do. Some people tend to print a little bit more, but I'm like, let's start small. Everything I'm like,
there's
let's
nothing
do
wrong with that.
a little bit of a bite
I think there's
size.
prudence there.
But yeah, I like to do bite-sized print runs.
Yeah.
If we sell out, then obviously we are going to print more.
I would have done the same.
That's good to know.
Bite-sized. After that, see how popular it gets, and if there's demand. If there's demand, then print more.
Yeah. So
Right? It's about the size of it. I mean, who would? I mean, only an idiot will go like, and then thinking that, your ego is telling you it's going to sell. Yeah, don't worry about it. I think you're doing the right thing.
I try not to let my ego get in the way.
Yeah, no. I really think you're doing the right thing. So don't worry about it, man. I mean, don't bother about what the rest are doing. Just do what you think is right. What's the biggest myth about writing or publishing that you'd love to bust for our listeners and viewers?
Yeah.
I think that if you coming into this with like and I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna blitz through 1,000 words in a sitting, no. There is a lot of today I hate my life. I'm gonna do 200 words, and the next day I'm gonna delete 180 of them. Yeah. And then, maybe and that moment where you can actually do 1,000 words might actually be something that happens once every 3 months, maybe. So it's not it's actually a lot of grind. Yeah. There's a lot of precision, a lot of perfection. I think if you want to do it as a hobby, by all means, go ahead, then there isn't that worry of, having to make it so as perfect or as polished as you would like. But the truth is that if you want to get published, there is a lot of fine tuning and tweaking. I mean, I've spent hours like deciding, do I want to split this into 2 sentences or make it one long sentence? That kind of perfection. And I'm reading it out to myself over and over again, passing it to my wife. What does she think? What do you think? And she's like, go away. I've done this 10 times already. Leave me alone. That kind of thing. But that kind of obsession, I think, is needed if in order to really get, a work out there. But I think it's that obsession or that desire for perfection that really drives you to, really improve yourself and push out that best possible work, which is kind of like a reflection of the best possible version of yourself.
That's the thing about work ethic of an author or a writer, which is the same thing I always talk about with anyone in the creative field for that matter. The amount of work and angst you go through yourself just to get your piece right, right? Yeah. It's the same thing as when you have musicians on stage for dinner and performing, and everyone doesn't give a shit, and they just have their faces in their plates, right? And I don't care, As an MC, I tell audiences, these people go through hours and hours and hours of rehearsal. The least you could do is appreciate them. Yeah. And the same thing for writers and authors. You guys go through so much just to put this out there. Appreciate that. AI doesn't like that, but we take time to get it done, and that is the human trying to be perfect. And I think there's more to appreciate there than to just believing in what AI can churn out.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah. It is us struggling to be better. And I think that's something to be applauded and to be celebrated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's yeah. I mean, I think that's why I have Inkspill.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's so much work you guys put in, The book is about reclaiming forgotten dreams. What advice would you give to someone in my audience who has a creative dream but is afraid to pursue it?
Wow, the very cliche answer that a lot of writers give is follow your dreams.
Oh, God.
Right? I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say very objectively, like, if you have a dream, you need to take intentional, prudent steps to achieving it. And and one of my I interviewed in my day job a writer quite recently, and one of those steps that I will share here is it's important to be persistent, but it's also important to be kind. And I think that I've carried that with me ever since I thought about that conversation, and I keep bringing it up in conversations with people. And I say, we don't talk about that enough, that a lot of the writing community or a lot of like the idea of chasing your dreams, it doesn't happen in isolation. It happens with a community that is willing to pay it forward and take the gifts that you are given and have a transformative experience with it, and know that like this is a collective experience. If I do well, it doesn't mean anything to someone, to anyone but myself. But if I'm able to like amplify that and magnify it and like bring more people in, and sort of like, this is my community, these are my people, these are all people who are striving towards like something that they want to achieve. That is what's important to me.
You talk about community.
Yeah.
The writers community in Singapore, are we united?
Wow. You're putting me in the hot seat here.
Well, I can tell you that the musician community in Singapore is not really that united.
I think
it's
that
the truth.
It is true to some extent. I will be very charitable with my opinion here. I think that some people
Just
might
be honest. I don't have to be charitable.
Yeah, but this is an honest opinion as well. I think that there are sub-communities within the writers community where people find their people. And I have been lucky enough to find those people that we are on the same wavelength. We understand the value of the work that each other does. We have respect for the work. As for whether or not the community is united, I think that we're united in a common purpose in that we all want to write. Now, what we want to write, we may have different opinions and everyone is entitled to those. But I encourage people to just, like I said, just be kind. And that's my tip for people who want to achieve this bigger thing that they're aspiring towards.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I'm going to take the Bunsen burner from beneath your seat, okay? I take it away now.
Sweating.
Well done under pressure.
The future in the next, say, 10, what do you foresee? 10, 15 years from today, when we have the teens of today going through the education they're going through today, that you're an educator. Do you think that the future will see writers still emerging from in our community when our young become adults and working adults?
I think they would, simply because based on my experience working with all the kids that I do, a lot of them are, in a sense, pushing back against a lot of the traditional norms and conventions. So secretly in the back of their head, they're not thinking about becoming doctors and lawyers. That sort of thing that, us millennials went through, like doctor, lawyer, engineer, that kind of thing, career path. It's not really something that they are so obsessed over. And I think that social media, in one of the few good things about social media is that it's sort of opened their eyes to a lot of possibilities of the life that they could live. So I am crossing my fingers and hoping that in this one aspect, that they will not feel as inhibited by tradition or convention to, I've got to go and, be a white collar worker and all that before I have and only establish myself financially. Then I have the right in my 30s to start picking up an instrument, that kind of thing. I feel like there's less taboo or there's less hindrance about it nowadays. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a slow journey.
Yeah. If I could jump in on that point, I think that when there's a lot of talk about this AI revolution and that it'll kill all the artists and the musicians. But I think that the world in general human history has been through so many revolutions where people were like, oh, the artists are nothing, they're just serfs. We will make them grist for the mill. And I think that narrative has been parroted over history, right? And yet, here we are sitting in a podcast studio talking about a book. And I think that that just speaks to the survival of like the human creative spirit, and that if people want to create something, the words will get out there. In one way, shape, or form, whatever form they take. It might not be a physical book down the road. It might be more audiobooks. There might be more digital copies. But, writing, it's going to survive. I'm an optimist in that sense.
Great. Glad to hear that. Yeah. I'll tell you what you do, okay? Now, at this time of this episode being shot, before your episode is released, please watch the one before yours.
Oh, no.
Yeah, watch that one. It's called, with the CEO of Career, Kai? Career Strategy, right?
Yes.
Career, no.
Oh.
Jesus. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Adrian. I've got a brain fart moment right now.
Captain Careers.
Captain Careers, yeah, with Captain Careers. He's CEO of Career Agility International. I'm so sorry, Adrian. Don't kill me for this. It really was a brain fart moment. I'm so sorry, Adrian. He's a great guy. Yeah, I love him a bit. And he's a career strategist, right? And pretty well known guy. And we were talking about AI and how it's going to affect jobs in the future, right? And I can tell you one thing, man. That thing about growing up to be a doctor, a lawyer, forget it. They're going to be very poor.
Yeah.
Because the tradies will be the ones that will be making more money. Your plumber, especially, your electrician, the people in trades.
Yeah.
That's going to be the future. Because now if agentic, not just generative AI, agentic AI, forget it. And I'm not trying to be the purveyor of doom and gloom here, but the fact is it is what it is. And somehow every profession and every one of us have got to find a way to pivot. I hate to use that word. So overused, pivot, right?
Yeah.
Pivot! So you're watching Ross doing that in Friends. Pivot! Yeah. And,
hiding behind the match.
Yeah. No, it's funny. Yeah, I love Friends. Okay, anyway. So I mean, I hope so. I mean, please do continue remaining optimistic. Yeah,
it might not serve me well in later life when I'm like broke and begging for stuff online or selling my stuffed toys or something like that. Future Cheryl, if you're seeing this and cursing yourself, sorry about that.
Okay, last question, guys.
Yeah.
What's next for you both? Are you working on another book?
Yes, I am. I think for me it was really it's just a case of you can't sit still for too long. Yeah. I think that another thing about being a writer is that if you feel like I have to get up and write, it's kind of being a musician as well. Can I keep the instrument out of your hands? Wow. If I can't, then you are a musician. So that's I think just the way I am. That's just what I do. Sales or no sales, I don't care about the figures. I mean, they're nice. Don't get me wrong, they're nice. I like money. I'm going to say that again. I like money. I like sales. Buy the book. Buy all. Go to look at the singlet section. We are all there. Buy it. I love that. But at the end of the day, there has to be a love for the craft that is more than just the money, you know. If you will turn up to a gig with 3 people and you still play, and sing your heart out for it, then you're the musician. You're an artist. So for me, I have to constantly be working on the next project. So for me, the next one is really about it's kind of an extension of this. It was sort of an idea that I had, but I didn't quite have the ability to finish it. So I sort of put it aside. Then I finished this. Then I sort of jumped back to that. And it is a bit down the healing fiction side of things, about a burnt out person, traveling to the countryside of Japan because she gets a message from the soft toy that she lost years ago.
A burnt out person in Japan Japan again.
Japan again, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this,
burnt out people must go Japan.
That's where
But-
it's at.
yes.
All the shopping
Countryside.
is there.
On the country.
Most of the
Yeah,
countryside.
I would go to Norway. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's brilliant. Oh.
Oh man, dude, my most favorite place in the whole damn world. I love Norway, man.
But yeah,
We
it's
need to go back soon. Yeah.
It's a Singaporean person that goes to the countryside, right?
Yes. So in that sense, it's like, yep, okay, if it's Singaporean, off we go. Yeah.
Singaporean cannot survive in Norway too long. They say too much
Too cold.
bread and all that. You know, I just can't eat bread every day. I think Japan not so bad. You know? Got
Yeah,
rice.
got rice,
Yeah.
got noodles. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. Rice and noodles.
You cannot write a story about Singaporean finding joy in Norway. Can this
Yeah.
one? Yes, this one.
You could write
man.
it.
Yeah, you can write it. You write it.
I would love to just I would really love to just chill out in Norway. Really. Because there was a cafe.
That's where it's at. It's all at the
Yeah,
cafe.
man.
Turns out it's your genre after all.
Let me paint a picture for you. I mean, we were living in this lovely apartment at the end of a cul-de-sac road in the CBD district, a very quiet part of the CBD.
Nice.
And when you look below, it was Christmas time and it was snowing. And you had this bakery downstairs. And they had seats out downstairs and they got fur rugs on the seats. Right? And the lights are yellow, glowing yellow. And it's Christmas.
Yeah.
And it was just fucking magical, man. I tell you, it was.
It's just life, huh?
Oh, man. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget. And every morning you wake up, you smell the smell of baked croissants and bread.
It sounds like this is what's next for you.
I think he should write this book.
Yeah, what about me smelling the bakery in the morning? I mean, that's gonna be a real short story. Really, really short story. One paragraph, full stop, done. And Cheryl, how about you? What's coming up for your publishing company?
Well, yeah, the collective has a few books in the works. We have Bad Boys, Good Ends, which is the sequel to that anthology that we talked about just now.
Bad Girls, Good Ends.
No,
Good Girls, Bad Ends.
And
So Bad Boys, Good Ends. Well, clever. Yeah.
That is that we are going to announce it down the road, and more soon. We have like a K-pop thing coming out.
Come on.
It's called Killing Part. It's a novella.
Okay.
And I will say, don't knock it. It's actually really, really good. It's
I'm not knocking it, but just hear K-pop and I go, oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, it's not just about K-pop. It's actually what I would call a story about dreams.
How about graphic novels? Do you guys do anything like that?
It's not really my market. Like I said, I do what I think I have the capacity to edit.
Okay.
So, on my personal front, I am writing more poetry. I have books out there that my friends would rather I talk about. They're like, talk about your books, and I'm like, sure.
Okay. Slide it in.
Yeah, one of them is called American Dream. It's about my time working with the Yanks.
With the Yanks, yeah.
And also my experiences with the people in America as well.
Yeah.
And the second is Bites, which is about life and love. Yeah, so I'm working on a third thing called Seeing Ghosts. And
That sounds fun.
It is.
No, fiction or what?
Poetry. Yeah.
Oh, poetry about seeing ghosts.
It's titled Seeing Ghosts, but when it's about ghosts, not all.
Okay. All right.
Gotta slide the teaser in there.
Yeah. She's not going to spill the ink on this one yet. Yeah, okay. You're writing that one now.
Yes, I'm writing that one now. And also
But American Dream, is it published?
Yes, it's out there in Kinokuniya as well. I think that it didn't do too badly as well. And I'm also working on a longer novel length thing that won't go through Arcadia. It's too long for our editors to handle that.
Okay. All right.
So,
And what's that one?
It's kind of like a fantasy thing. I called it my magnum opus, which is an ambitious thing to say about something that hasn't been written yet. So, fingers crossed.
No, don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure you get that going and conclude that anyway. Right? And put it out there on the shelves, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So okay, I wish you the best too, Cheryl.
Thank you.
And I wish you too, Keith, all the best on your next book, especially. Yeah. Keep in touch.
Yes.
And thanks for being here on the show.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, no, my pleasure, guys. Just to let you all know, you can go to Kinokuniya and to the Sing Lit section and get a copy of Lost Things for yourself, as well as you can go to atelierarcadia.com/shop and get yourselves a copy too.
I would also like to slide in there a shout out to the owner of Book Bar at Duxton Road, who also stocks our books and is very supportive of us. Please support local bookstores. They too, like the cafes, need help. So
head down to the Book Bar at along Duxton Road and grab yourselves a copy at the same time. Either way, you can. All the options are available for you. Idea is bring home a copy of Lost Things. It's a hell of a read. Okay, everybody, this is Chris Hansen. Thank you for joining us for the first episode of Ink Spill on the Chris Hansen Conversation, and coming very close to the end of season 6. A couple of more episodes to go before we take a break. A much needed one. It's been a hell of a long season so far. But still, come back next week, Friday, same time, same place, same channel. Until next time, everybody, stay safe. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
The Chris Hansen Conversation. Real talk, no filters. And a growing community of more than 90,000 subscribers across ASEAN, right here from Singapore.